श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। सद्गुरु श्री साईनाथ निशरत बाबूजी की जय। RosePetals, Volume 3, Chapter 1. Satsang, in the company of truth. The world is so tempting. It is always trying to pounce on you and pull you down like the gravitational force of the earth. You have to create a vacuum around you, a zero gravity environment. And that which creates a zero gravity environment is Satsang. An astronaut who wants to soar high up to the stars needs some preparation. He needs to create that zero gravity environment. If he is not fit, he cannot soar high or go up on the spiritual ladder to reach the stars. If you want to become an astronaut, create that zero gravity environment here in Satsang, then try to practice it wherever you are. Don't have the concept that Satsang means always talking and discussing something, some verbal exchange. That is only one of the aspects of Satsang. Satsang has 3 shades of meaning. Sangha means company, to be familiar with, to be one with, to be in the company of. In the company of what? In the company of Sat, the reality. What is Sat. Truth. Sat Chit Ananda, Satguru, Satyam. All these come from there. To be in constant company with truth, whether you call it I or Brahman or whatever, that which you have not yet realized but are, that is real Satsang. So how can we catch hold of that substance? As we haven't even had a glimpse of it, the solution is to be in the company of a saint. That is what all the scriptures say. Be in the company of the Sat Purushas, those who have experienced that Sat. To be in their presence is Satsang. But we can't always get their company, so then a different shade of Satsang comes into play. Reflecting on and discussing truth, the truth of our own being, of the universe, of how we relate to the world, and also exploring the lives of the Sat Purushas, those who have already realized the Sat. That is another aspect of Satsang. You may think, what is all this sharing, Satsang, and all these things? They have nothing to do with my realization, with getting that experience. It is just like harvesting a crop. You sow some seeds in the ground, they sprout up, and then the crop comes. But in order to enjoy the harvest, you need good fencing. It is not a part of the harvest, but if you want to really enjoy the harvest, you have to take care of the fencing. Otherwise, you won't get the harvest at all. Devotee, you are saying Satsang is the fencing? Guruji, yes, because for most of us, our minds are so weak, we are easily influenced by the environment. So we need some kind of protection from it. Now the seed of love and grace has just been planted, so you must cover it and put a fence around it till it becomes a big tree. When the plant of love is like a small flickering flame, the wind is dangerous to it. It needs some protection, some glass or a chimney. If it is a big fire, it will consume everything in the environment. So if you're seeking, your emotion has become so powerful, then you yourself will influence the environment, and wherever you go, Satsang will be created automatically. But as long as you are influenced by the environment, you need some protection. Devotee, Guruji, to be able to think and speak of Baba, don't we need a clear conception or experience of him to do that? Guruji, so read his life, be in contact with him, have Satsang. Why are we doing these things? In order to get a clear picture, a clear conception. Devotee, but you yourself have spoken about Baba being much vaster than the form which lived and died on this earth in that body. Guruji, it's okay. Whatever it is, you want that state you were talking about, and I'm telling you to do this. Focus on Baba. Whether you like it or not, don't worry about it. Just do it. Read the biographies of saints and the reminiscences of their close devotees. For example, Devotees' Experiences by B.V. Narasimhaswamy, Letters from Ramanashram, Sai Baba the Master. Read once, twice, 3 times because each reading will give you some other insight. As you told me, the environment you live in is unguarded. Create some kind of a fence, some guard, periodical get togethers with like minded people. That is Satsang. Try to sit together morning and evening whenever you find time. Have some regular hours and take the support of meditation with the group. Just sit in front of Baba's photo and feel his presence, either with eyes closed or, if you feel like it, keeping the eyes open, just looking at his photo. As you have an attachment to Sri Ramana Maharshi, put his photo somewhere and just sit and look at him with the essence of all the impressions that you have from reading those accounts of his life. Try to see how human he is, how loving, how lovable, how intimate he was with his devotees. Just sit in front of him and try to feel his love. If you feel calm, quiet and blissful, just close your eyes and enjoy the quietness simply, not doing anything. When you are at home, if you feel like singing some songs in your own way, some bhajan, some nama, just sing in your own language. It need not be the fixed bhajan we do here. You can do it while working, for example, or when you're cooking or gardening. It is not some kind of organization that I am interested in, but just some time to meet together, something very informal. Try to share and to develop an emotional attachment with like-minded people so that the relations you have will be increasingly with them. See these people here? If they meet, they talk about Baba, about the path, about the Guru. That is their interest. And whenever they go out, they meet their fellow devotees. They all move like a family or a kind of brotherhood. If any of them are in need, the others come to their aid. That is what guards us. That is called Satsang. For most people, there is always a need for that guard. That's why they have these kind of regular get-togethers. Some meet daily, others meet weekly. First, they might read something, a biography of Sai Baba, or some of my works or some teachings, and then they might do some bhajan or listen to Baba Nama, then some meditation, feeling the presence of Baba. Sometimes they share their experiences depending upon their time. Those who need to attend to their work will go, and those who have leisure sit and exchange their views, sharing their experiences. Devotee. How can we avoid what seem to be the obstacles to the spiritual path? Guruji. Instead of avoiding the unwanted thing, try to catch hold of the wanted thing, the desired thing. Rather than sitting near the sapling and trying to drive away the sheep and cattle which come to eat, just build a fence around it and then rest assured. If you put all your efforts on this, satsang will develop automatically if it is needed. The world is never an obstacle to a real sadhaka. Nothing is for that matter. Our misunderstanding, our intellect, our fantasies, they are the obstacles. We are the obstacle to our own path, not the outside world. Devotee. Should we avoid those who are not interested in satsang? Guruji. If they are not interested, they'll try to avoid you. Invite them and try to share with them what you wish to share. Don't judge whether someone is interested or not. Try to share, that's all. If they want to participate, they will. Otherwise, they will go away. They give us an opportunity to do satsang. Tell them about the life of Sai Baba, Bhagavan, and other saints and the path of fulfillment. Then what you feel is an obstacle will be giving you a chance to review yourself and your own thoughts. You won't lose anything. That is my way. That is devotion to our path. Also, when talking to your friends, don't use jargon. If you use unfamiliar terminology, which they think belongs to a different culture or religion, it will automatically be an obstacle for them. So try to talk to them in their own language, the language of the human experience. I prefer that. In that way, you'll be touching their heart, their emotion, their needs, and their sense of frustration. We are social beings and we need some social contact. So, with all the social contacts that you already have, try to transform them into spiritual contacts. Try to share your path. Devotee. Sometimes I feel like being with Baba alone at home during the satsang time. Guruji, there are 24 hours to follow your own way. Do you have to follow your own way in just that 1 hour? And what is that way? A way which is making you incapable of enjoying and appreciating people showering their love on your own object of love. I prefer you to be in the satsang and express your love there because it has the advantage of being among the co-lovers, the fellow lovers. When we see our own object of love being loved by so many, can't we enjoy that? If we have a problem with that, then there is some problem with us. Being in the company of so many is congenial. It has a good influence on our mind. Sometimes we lose our feeling and our emotion becomes dry. At such times, the others can influence us. That is one thing about a satsang. When we are in the midst of the love of so many other people, our dry minds become wet with the love of those around us without us even realizing it. Try to make yourself prone to that influence and reap the benefits of that. There is a benefit in a collective expression of love. That is why I encourage it. Devotee. Guruji, what would be good to do in our new satsang? Guruji, you have to invent how to connect in a proper way. Not only simply sitting and closing your eyes, but when you open your eyes, how do you react? How do you react with the world? How do you react with Baba? How do you talk about the whole spirit of it? Check these things among yourselves and then try to rectify the situation. Try to walk the path in a vigorous way, not sitting there lounging. No, walk, run. There's not so much time for you, for all of us, of course. So don't simply say, oh, there's so much time, we can do it. No, if you are interested in achieving your goal, run now. Otherwise, time will be just whiled away talking about this and that. What is your goal? What do you want? How are you living the whole day? In the whole 24 hours, how much space has Baba taken in our lives? How much space have we allowed Baba to take? Think about it. Make more windows, more venues, some ventilators. That is the satsang I like. Not just some ritual sitting there with crossed legs and closed eyes, sleeping in a different posture, then going away. No, let it be lively. Make a diary every day, not a written one. Don't make it another ritual again. I mean a mental diary. Ask yourself, how far have I gone? What are the things I have done which take me away from the goal or from my path? Don't relax. In essence, that's what I mean. Don't relax. Joking about a river rafting trip in Rishikesh, Guruji says, the oars were hardly touching the water. Almost everybody in the boat was acting. But see, the boat was moving. When there are many people, it is easy. There's always someone who is actually rowing. So in satsang, even though our devotion may be weak, other people's devotion will row us on and on. I was watching you in the boat and I thought, oh, this is Satsang. Actually, there is no need to row. The river will take you. You are not going against the current and it is not still waters. There the raft was moving anyway and the only job was to steer it and the boatman was doing it. In that way, the force of the Ganges is like Baba's power. Devotee. Guruji, you have talked previously about the state of perpetual satsang. Would you say something about that state? Guruji, when you are hungry and you are eating food, at what level do you feel satisfied? With the first morsel? No. It leads to a second, a third, a fourth morsel. And when your stomach is full, you say, enough. Then you relax and don't take any more. You don't think of hunger or food at all, and what you feel is satisfaction. Then you relax and take a siesta. And that is actually the goal. To get there, you experienced hunger, got some food, and ate it. The siesta at the end is a kind of perpetual satsang. And what you are doing now is you are taking one morsel, two morsels, and so it goes. But till when? Until you are full. Then you won't need a plate or a dining table or a restaurant, and you won't need satsang and you won't need me. I am connected with you, and when you are here, try to connect with me. And I think there is a vague, remote possibility that people can connect with me when they are in silence. Devotee. You said that when we sit in meditation, we see the disturbance in our mind, and that is the first step. What would be the second step in that case? Guruji. It's not that there are steps, but when you have the determination to remove those disturbances, that would be the second step, if you want me to name them. Having the disturbance is one thing, but we should also have the will to remove it. Our clothes may be soiled, but we should be willing to wash them. It's okay, never mind. My clothes are not good, but I like to wear them like this. You will only be at the first step. So the second step is your determination to remove the disturbance, to wash your mind with the detergent of Satsang, Baba's name, and Baba's love. Use that detergent and start washing it. Shri Sachidananda Satguru Sainath Maharaj ki Jai. Satguru Shri Sainath Nisharat Babuji ki Jai.